All right, so this is day 9, 100 burpees a day every day until my birthday. Using a vest today, only 10 pounds, because fuck using 20. Bruce, fuck your burpees over the bar. All right, we're starting like, starting 26.
Could have gone to, not any college, but he could have gone to, Clemson or some pretty good college around here. And he just said, I don't want to do that, this is what I wanted to do, this is what I want to do in my career. He thought through it really, and we even talked to him, his mom really wanted him to go to college first, and she talked through it about, what about if you go to college first and go in as an officer, but through his own research, he said, if I go in as an officer, there's not as many jobs and only get one shot at it. If I go in as enlisted and go straight in, I get 3 chances. If I get hurt, he thought it all through. And he said, and what do you go to college for to get a job? And he said, I'll have the job I want, if I make it. And I'll always have a job, if he makes it through, and obviously he hadn't done the hard part yet, but so that was him, and it's kind of hard to argue that.
Yeah, it's interesting. As you were talking, I was like, I wonder how I would take that if one of my kids wanted to go into the military.
Yeah. I'm really proud of it. I mean, it's as it gets closer to shipping off, it's nerve-wracking, but, and I mean, it's going to be tough because we probably, here in South Carolina, we'll obviously travel where we can to see him, but he's going to be gone for over a year, once he goes to boot camp, straight into pre-buds, straight into buds. So, it's pretty tough. It's not like sending a kid to college where they come home on the weekends.
He lives at home now.
Yeah, he does.
So it'll go from having him every day, being able to hold and kiss your son, to 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah. To see, grow up, he'll be, and I know we've talked to a lot of people, military families, and they say they'll come home and you won't hardly ready. They'll go from, a boy to a man overnight, and just be different. So that's all right. I mean, that's what you're raising for us to, put well-balanced kids and then send them off in the world. So, first thing.
Are your parents alive?
They are, yeah.
Did they say, or what do they say about it?
They're proud of him. I'm kind of nervous, and but I mean, how can you not be proud of somebody that? I mean, a lot of this is gonna sound bad, but a lot of kids go to the military because they don't have any other options, or it's like stay out of jail, And this was his decision. This is what he wants to do, and I said, hey, I love our country, and as screwed up as it seems like it is now, but we need people that want to do this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We need people like him. Yeah.
Caleb and I have a mutual friend who's in the military who basically would do anything to get out.
Really?
Yeah, because and it's exactly that. He went in there because he had nothing else.
Yeah.
And now he has something else, and he doesn't want it.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on the guy at all for that, by the way. It's a sticky situation.
Sure.
It's the same thing. It's kind of like I could see being 18 and being completely gung ho, right? And then by the time you're 25, you're ready to do something else. It's the same thing with opening an affiliate. I totally see that as something you want to do for 10 years. I could see wanting to open one at 19.
Yeah.
And then at 28 being like, hey, I want to do something else. I've mastered this. The weird part about an affiliate, I'm really off subject here, but the weird part about opening an affiliate and having that shift is you need older affiliate owners to really probably, this is a sweeping generalization, but to understand the true power of CrossFit. You need someone, probably a 40-year-old gym owner who is like, hey, I can make someone who can get in past buds with flying colors, and I can also save a 70-year-old man's life. You kind of need older owners, I'm guessing, and I want to be proven wrong, to kind of appreciate that, right? Like, even at 34, when I found CrossFit, I could give 2 fucks if it helped cure you diabetes.
Yeah, and our gym is 8 years old, CrossFit Greenwood, and the owner, I've coached with him. He actually, he's from Clinton, about 45 minutes away, and he found me and said, hey, I want to open a gym in Greenwood, would you coach with me? First, do you think it'll work? And second, will you coach with me? And I said, I think it'll work. The first one that gets here, it's going to work, and so we kind of set it up and went that way, and I've been with him ever since. And he was a competitor, but he's 5 years younger than me, so he's like 42 now. But when we started it, I guess that makes him 34. It was all competition and kind of elite athletes. But I mean, we've got a over 55 class now. We've got teams, we've got kids, we've got you name it, and it's more rewarding, I think.
I would go into that over 55 class and just fuck people up.
It's funny because a lot of them will do that class, and then, you know, after a few months, they're transitioning into the regular classes. They want the more intensity and a little bit more. So it's pretty awesome. I mean, you know, and I think it takes, like you said, gym ownership takes some evolution. You come in there with, you know, breathing fire, and then you realize, you know what, it's not all about competition. I can really change people's lives, you know, like, so it's pretty
Greg started this class at HQ in the big gym we had there. In the mornings, he basically shut down the gym and he brought in some L1 trainers and he started this program. And I think Susan had actually asked if he could coach there a little bit.
I tried, yeah.
And it was just for old people and fat people. And it was funny because Greg called it the underserved, and I'm like, hey, I think the minorities got that. I think that's like for Armenian kids. No, underserved is fat and old. I'm like, all right, fuck it, right? I mean, like,
That's a pretty strict guidelines, like, you're
well,
not.
that's the thing, dude. My mom went to that class at like 75. And my mom had already been doing CrossFit for 8 years, and she was just fucking decent. Like at 75, she was a fucking, and you know, there were 20 people in there. My mom was a fire breather. It wasn't cool.
Yeah.
But Greg said she could go there, so my mom at 5 feet tall, 94 pounds, soaking wet, was the fire breather in there. She said, I'll do some burpees. And the other people are just leaning against the wall, pushing themselves up for burpees. Literally. You know what I mean? It was, you know, it's fun. These are people who couldn't hang off a bar, and my mom's like,
Yeah.
what?
She's going to pull a strict pull.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hang here all day.
Yeah.
Like these are, you know, these are people who didn't want to get out of the car. So, but incredible class. Kudos to your gym for having it over 55. And I think that speaks, a successful class like that speaks volumes about the trainer.
Yeah, and they are, that group is so dedicated. I mean, there's 10 to 12 of them in there every week, and it's the same ones. And if somebody skips, they're on them. You know, I mean, it's hard. It's pretty hardcore. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, another thing too is my mom was a workaholic her whole life. She was a high-powered attorney, just grinding. You know what I mean? A 40-hour week was that was Monday, and and she worked and worked and worked. And she was never a social person. She never had friends. I don't ever remember having any friends growing up or anything like that. And for her to join a CrossFit gym at 69, I think. Yeah, she's probably come up for 10 years. That was huge for her. The first 2 years gave her crazy anxiety. She didn't want any friends. She didn't want anyone talking to her. You know what I mean? The only people she talked to, she stood in the courtroom and whooped ass.
Yeah.
And now that's her her social circle. Those are her homeboys. Like she'll be like, oh, so and so from my affiliate was out of town and she's visiting for a couple of days, and I'm not going to talk to you for 2 days. Something to do with her. What? You know, like you don't have friends.
That's the way it is for all of us, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you get in the gym and you get in that community, whether you're 20 or you're 70, and that becomes your peak. You know, like, yeah.
Did you ever have any health issues at any time in your life?
Nope. I've been, I've got a little bit of a thyroid issue that I found when I was in college, and I know a lot of people have thyroid issues, but I really do have thyroid issues. And,
That's right where I went to. I was like, sure you
yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Everybody's got thyroid issues. No one.
What is the thyroid? Do you need that thing? Is this nice, like where you're something with your immune system, or if your thyroid's fucked up,